I did hear a quote that you said that you don't care to face Devin Haney. He is a champion in your division. Explain why a Devin Haney fight is just not in the future for Rolly Romero.
I mean, Devin Haney didn't call me out. Who called me out?
Bill.
Okay. Why didn't they call me out after I fought Ryan? Why didn't they call me out after they fought Norman? Why did they wait a few days and all stuff until they got out of Saudi Arabia?
Rolly Romero just dropped what might be the most insane, hilarious, and potentially genius reason in boxing history for refusing to fight Devin Haney. He isn't afraid of Haney's jab. He isn't worried about getting outboxed. Rolly Romero is terrified of something much worse. He is afraid of the courtroom. That's right. Rolly is claiming the real reason he won't step in the ring with Devin isn't because of the damage he might take, but because of the legal letters he might receive from Devin's father, Bill Haney.
Why do you think Devin Haney is so cautious as a fighter, bro? Well, how come he doesn't have knockouts?
You know, it really comes down to his inferior genetics. He has a very weak body frame with sloppy legs, and he just has genetics. He got those genetics from Bill.
From his dad, huh? Is there a fight in the future with you and Haney?
Would it really be considered a fight if he just ran the whole time? If Devin Haney can get an actual knockout, I'll fight him.
Was there anything good in that fight that you took away from him and say, hey, he still has skills here?
I couldn't watch the fight because I was warming up. I didn't want to fall asleep in the dressing room.
Damn. Wow, shots fired.
But if you think that's the only shocker Rolly dropped recently, you are completely wrong. In a string of bizarre interviews, Rolly has not only exposed why he thinks a Haney fight is a total waste of time, but he also dropped a bombshell claim that he is officially retired and pursuing a career that has absolutely nothing to do with punching people in the face. From studying for financial exams to hearing the audible voice of God, Rolly Romero has entered a new era that nobody saw coming. Is he trolling the entire world, or has the most entertaining wild card in boxing actually moved on for good? Let's break down the madness. Let's start with the comment that has the entire internet talking. During a recent interview with Fight Hub TV, Rolly was pressed on why he hasn't entertained a fight with Devin Haney. For most fighters, the answer would be about money or belts. For Rolly, it's about liability. He looked the interviewer dead in the eye and said, "I don't want to get sued for 2 years after I knock him out." He followed this up with one of the funniest lines of the year, claiming, "I got Bill Haney by legal decision."
Because I don't want to get sued for 2 years after I knock him out. And then not fight it either. Yeah, don't waste my time.
This wasn't just a random joke thrown out into the void. It was a calculated jab at the current state of the Haney team. Rolly is referencing the very real legal threats that Bill Haney has levied against other fighters, specifically Ryan Garcia. In Rolly's mind, the risk of fighting the Haneys isn't just physical, it's a bureaucratic nightmare. He views the entire situation as a trap. Why step into the ring and risk your career if the aftermath is going to be spent in depositions and meetings with lawyers? Rolly explicitly called the matchup a waste of time, pointing out that Devin himself hasn't even been the one calling him out. It's just his dad making noise. Rolly seems to have decided that if the son isn't doing the talking, he isn't doing the walking.
Looking for a guy by the name of Rolando Romero. Yeah, the guy with the big awkward style that, more importantly, be the guy that we don't like, that we know is unfocused, we know is uncertain, we know that might be going any and every direction. Give us the guy that beat him. That's the guy we want.
This is also a guy who claims that he is, in fact, Devin Haney's biological father.
Well, listen.
There's truth to this rumor, Bill.
Okay, so now listen. The one thing about Devin is a whole lot of people want to take credit. Now, I think you have. Now, which guy are you talking about? Are you talking about?
Rolly Romero has stated publicly that he is, in fact, Devin Haney's biological father, and that might be the reason that you two have beef.
It was my interview on Fight Hype a couple of years ago.
Okay, and I think Ryan just came out and said the same thing. So I really believe that it's all just a kind of a shot at me, all playful and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So
why Rolly? What makes him the right opponent for this time?
Well, I mean, it's a unification fight. It's someone that beat the guy that cheated us. So it's only right, and it's the guy that cheated doesn't want a rematch. He left him at the altar, for whatever reason it being, and me thinking that it's that he's dangerous and he didn't want to lose twice to him. So it's a perfect opportunity for Devin to come in and do the same thing that he did with Brian Norman, is set the people straight.
Beyond the fear of lawsuits, Raleigh has a much more fundamental issue with Devin Haney. He thinks the guy is incredibly boring. Raleigh has never been one to mince words about his opponents, but his critique of Haney cuts deep because it echoes what a lot of fans are already thinking. He frequently refers to Haney as a track star, a derogatory term implying that Devin spends more time running laps around the ring than actually engaging in a fight.
Devin's not my son. He got those shit genes from fucking Bill. He literally got those shit genes from Bill. So don't be telling me that fucking he related to me. He did not get that. He did not get his genes from me. If he came from me, he'd be punching hard. He wouldn't be slapping. He learned that shit from Bill. He got that shit genes from Bill.
For a fighter like Raleigh, who thrives on chaos and heavy exchanges, a stylistic matchup with a defensive specialist like Haney is a nightmare. Not because he thinks he'll lose, but because he thinks he'll look bad doing it. He views Haney as high risk, low reward. In Raleigh's eyes, Haney doesn't have the knockout power to make the fight dangerous in a fun way, but his evasive style makes it hard to land that one highlight reel shot. Raleigh even went as far as to say that Haney was shattered by his loss to Ryan Garcia. He mockingly told TMZ Sports that he felt like Haney just needs a hug and needs love again, painting a picture of a broken fighter who isn't ready for another war. It's a brutal psychological dismantling of a former undisputed champion, essentially dismissing him as damaged goods.
It didn't seem like you were very into Haney, into a potential matchup with Devin. Is that the right read, that you're not too much caring about a potential matchup with Haney?
Haney wasn't a big fight to begin with. He wasn't a big fight when he fought Ryan. And he's definitely not a big fight after he just became a track star. So you tell me, you tell me real quick. Are you excited to see anybody fight Devin Haney?
Not right now.
Devin Haney had one exciting fight, and that was when he got his ass beat by Ryan Garcia.
Is he broken? I mean, I don't know how much you had a chance to watch. Obviously, you were about to do your own thing, but is he broken? Is something off?
As a father, right? As his father, I just felt like he needed a hug in that moment. I feel like he's been shattered, and he just, it takes a while to come back from that. And I feel like he just needs love again.
Just when you thought the Haney comments were the headline, Raleigh decided to pivot to something even stranger. When asked who he wants to fight next, Raleigh gave a one-word answer: nobody. The interviewer, clearly confused, asked if that meant he was retired. Raleigh didn't hesitate. As of right now, yes. This is a fighter in his prime, coming off a massive pay-per-view appearance, telling the world he is done with the sport.
Is there anybody that you feel like, you know what, I'd like to face that skill set. I'd like to face that name, see how it plays out. Nobody, huh? Is Rolly retired?
As of right now, yes.
What's the Christmas season look like for Rolly Romero?
Lots of gingerbread houses.
You're a good gingerbread house maker or what?
I eat them.
Let's talk about...
They taste horrible, but I still eat them anyways.
I was going to say, I feel like you're a fan of them?
And they taste horrible, but I'll still eat them.
But it's what he's doing instead that makes this story truly bizarre. Raleigh claims he is currently studying for his Series 7 exam. For those who don't know, the Series 7 is a rigorous test for financial professionals who want to trade securities. Picture this: the same guy who wears flashy jewelry and trash talks opponents on stage is apparently sitting at home with a textbook, learning about municipal bonds and equity options. He brushed off questions about upcoming fights like Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, stating repeatedly that he simply does not care. "That's not my concern," he said. "It's a level of detachment we rarely see from active fighters. Whether this is a legitimate career pivot or the greatest troll job in boxing history remains to be seen, but Raleigh is selling it with a straight face." If the financial career path wasn't enough of a left turn, Raleigh also opened up about a profound spiritual transformation. "We've seen fighters find religion before, but Raleigh describes it as a complete death of his old self." He told reporters that he has been spending his time doing nothing but reading the Bible, claiming to have finished the entire book in a single week. He even shared a story about hearing God's audible voice recently, which he says was the catalyst for him surrendering his life to Jesus.
Romero, really just a couple of months removed from that epic performance against Ryan Garcia. You did your thing. What have you been doing since you become champ? You just been relaxing? What's been going on?
I just been at home reading the Bible. I've been doing nothing else. And studying for my Series 7.
And doing what?
And studying to take my Series 7.
Let me just ask you about that. So obviously since the fight, I've seen you a lot talk about faith and obviously studying. How big a part has faith played in your life, especially maybe more recently?
Faith's always played a part of my life, but the thing is, believing in God and having a relationship with God, but becoming a man of God is so having believing in God and having a relationship with God is one thing, but becoming a man of God is a complete other thing.
When did that sort of click over for you then, becoming a man of God? I'm just interested, obviously, as someone who believes in God myself, when does that take over?
Well, the first time God ever spoke to me was July 31st, 2017. And I became a complete believer of him and also, but I didn't become really a man of God until I started becoming probably about 6 months ago. Where it's like I just started growing closer and closer and closer. And look, even on the flight over here, I finally finished reading the entire Bible, and yeah. I know when I read the New Testament, I read the whole thing in a week.
In a week?
Yeah. I read a lot.
To prove how serious he is, Raleigh dropped a statistic that sounds impossible for anyone who has followed his career. He claims he hasn't cursed in 4 months. He asked the interviewer to try and imagine a Raleigh Romero who doesn't use profanity, acknowledging how shocking that sounds. This is the man known for wild, explicit outbursts at press conferences, now presenting himself as a purified man of God. He even shared that his holiday plans involved making gingerbread houses, admitting they taste terrible, but he eats them anyway. It's a softer, stranger side of Raleigh that adds a whole new layer to his retirement. If he truly has killed his old self, as he claims, then the boxing world might really have lost one of its biggest characters.
Tank denied dunking you in sparring sessions. Can you clarify that?
Bruh, I went over there, I told him a time, he ain't show up, we rescheduled, he ain't show up again. Simple as that. I mean, motherfuckers like, oh, I'm here, like 5 hours later, like, bro, I'm gonna tell you, like, do you think I'm gonna go sit at a gym for 5 hours waiting? I sit there I did a whole ass workout, and motherfucker ain't show up. Like I said, he a bitch. He's scared, and honestly, he's only doing this because he needs me. Because he can't sell a fight on his own. Because otherwise, I wouldn't be in this position with 14 fights. He can't sell a fight to save his life. That's Floyd selling his fights, and that's that.
Despite all the talk of retirement and religion, Raleigh couldn't help but leave a few breadcrumbs about the drama he supposedly left behind. When pressed on why he dislikes Devin Haney so much, Raleigh got cryptic. He refused to say it was just about boxing or business. Instead, he said the animosity is deeper than boxing and very complex. He wouldn't elaborate, simply stating, "I can't really explain it," which naturally makes everyone want to know more.
They still had their plans. I'm the one that even endorsed their plans. I was like, they should do a rematch. I mean, you think I would miss out on the opportunity to watch Ryan beat up Devin again?
I'm going to say you think that's still happening in the rematch even after you've shared the ring with Ryan? That still happens?
I don't know. I try to make that. I try to promote their rematch, but I mean that was the whole point of me going on the card, right? To help them promote their rematch. I helped them out. No, did I not help them out?
I think you helped yourself out by becoming world champion again.
No, I helped them out. I kept saying Devin should get his rematch and all this stuff. I kept over and over and over again, and I'm actually disappointed now that they're not rematching.
You were still interested in that fight?
Yeah, of course.
Who would you want to win that fight?
Ryan, I like seeing him knock out Devin.
Why is there a thing between you and Devin? Why is that a thing?
It's not a thing. It's deeper than boxing. It's deeper than boxing.
Where does that resonate from? Is that spending time in the Mayweather gym? Is it from younger? When is it? Where's that? Because you know in boxing, business is business, but where does that stem from?
It's a lot more complicated. It's something very complex. I can't really explain it, but I'm sure everyone will figure it out.
Let me just ask you, instead of Ryan and Devin, obviously Devin's fighting Brian Norman Jr., who's just coming off a hellacious knockout, probably one of the knockouts of the year. Would you not want that fight with Devin?
No.
Why not? You could get your hands on him then.
So? Okay.
You just mentioned there, obviously, it's deeper than that, it's personal.
No, it's not personal. It's not personal. I don't hold no grudges in sports or any of that stuff. It's just a sport. But no, there's no point in fighting him.
Why not?
What has he done?
He's been undisputed before. He's beaten the likes of Vasily Lomachenko.
He beat George Kambosos.
And Lomachenko?
Yeah, Lomachenko, right? Which I thought Devin actually won that fight.
This hints at behind-the-scenes politics or personal issues that the public isn't privy to. It aligns with his comments about the unique relationship between Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, another topic where Rolly seemed to know more than he was letting on. He implied that the bond between Ryan and Oscar goes beyond just promoter and fighter, calling it a very, very special relationship. Rolly positions himself as the guy who knows all the secrets, but is choosing to stay silent, for now. It's a classic move to keep his name in the headlines without actually having to step in the ring. He's creating mystery and intrigue, ensuring that even if he is retired, people are still hanging on his every word.
Ask you, what have you made of this Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya situation? Ryan obviously came into your fight week, seemed like, I don't want to say a different man, but he was settled fighting you. With going into the fight with Devin, he was going off, but now we've seen this backlash with him and Oscar. Oscar went back and forth. What's your take on that?
Well, see, it just shows that Ryan took me seriously. Yeah. But as far as their relation, they have a very unique relationship in boxing. I can't really disclose too much of it, but they have a very, very, very special relationship in boxing. And it goes deeper than just a fighter and a promoter.
Interestingly, even while claiming he wants nothing to do with boxing, Rolly seems very invested in one specific outcome. He wants to see Ryan Garcia beat up Devin Haney again. Rolly claimed that he actively tried to help promote the rematch between Ryan and Devin, purely because he enjoys seeing Haney lose. He expressed genuine disappointment that the rematch fell apart, saying, "I think Devin should get his rematch and Ryan should do us all a favor." This shows that the hater in Rolly is still very much alive. He might be studying for his Series 7 and reading the Bible, but he still derives satisfaction from seeing his rival get humiliated. It also reinforces his earlier point about the lawsuit. He wants Ryan to fight Devin so that he doesn't have to deal with the headache. In Rolly's perfect world, he sits back, watches his rival get knocked out by someone else, and avoids any legal paperwork from Bill Haney. It's a strategic position that keeps him safe while still allowing him to throw shots from the sidelines.
It's weird, but I think Devin should get his rematch with Ryan because they had me help him promote the rematch. And I did help him promote the rematch, or did I not? I think Devin should get his rematch and and Ryan should do us all a favor and just give Devin his rematch. Because I don't want to get sued for 2 years after I knock him out. And then not fight it either. Yeah, don't waste my time.
So, where does this leave us? We have Rolly Romero, a man who says he is retired, terrified of lawsuits, studying finance, and walking a new spiritual path, all while taking shots at the former undisputed champion of the world. It is a confusing, chaotic, and utterly entertaining mess that only Rolly could orchestrate. Is he truly done with the sport? It's hard to say. Despite the retirement talk, he did slip in that he still wants a rematch with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, claiming he was nowhere near his best in their first fight. That one glimmer of ambition suggests the retirement might just be a negotiation tactic, or a temporary break until a massive check hits the table. But for now, Rolly is content to stay on the sidelines, eating gingerbread houses and dodging Bill Haney's legal team. Do you think Rolly is actually smart for avoiding the Haney fight, or is this just the wildest excuse for ducking an opponent we've ever seen? Let us know in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.